Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Lady Victoria here, your etiquette educator, broadcasting to you live from Victoria School of Etiquette, where we offer solution to your etiquette dilemmas. I'm going to make a few adjustments here. Um, wow. You've heard me talk about this for the past couple of weeks or so. That it is, I'm going to change it a little bit, that it is National Business Etiquette Week this week, and I am so happy to share this week with you. National Business Etiquette Week is not a new thing, but it is new to Victoria School of Etiquette. It is the first time that we have shared it live with you, and I'm sorry, I still need to make some adjustments here. My apologies. But it's the first time that we have shared it live with you, and I'm happy to do so at this time. So listen, thank you to all of you that submitted your questions, that had comments and concerns that you wanted to address during National Business Etiquette Week. And this week is celebrated by businesses, of course, as they observe the etiquette protocols and behaviors that are oftentimes happening within their companies, or sometimes not happening within their companies. But this is a celebratory phase for businesses as we focus in on etiquette that is specifically carried out within the business arena. And so one of the questions was, so Lady Victoria, what makes business etiquette different from everyday etiquette? And the answer is very simple. The answer is actually in the question. What makes business etiquette different from everyday etiquette? There are things that you're going to do in the business arena that you necessarily don't do in your everyday life, okay? You're not in your personal life. If you're meeting with clients every day and negotiating contracts every day, perhaps that is a part of your job. And if that is the case, then that's your everyday etiquette, but it is specifically business etiquette. So as I go through this course on this week, we will discuss it more and more in detail with the various questions and concerns that are coming in that I am addressing. So tonight, welcome to the evening edition of Victoria School of Etiquette. We are typically on this late. Sometimes we are, but usually we are not. But on tonight, I want to go in and get started. It is already past the 9 o'clock hour, and I don't want to keep you long, but I want to address one of the questions that I received actually on last week in relationship to this topic. And I thought that it was very interesting because it's not a question that I've ever gotten before. In all of the years that I've been doing etiquette, I've never gotten the question, not just doing etiquette, teaching etiquette, I've never gotten this question before. So the person that posed the question, presented the question, would like to remain anonymous. And for those of you that do have a question and you haven't submitted it yet, but you want your inquiry to be anonymous, I will keep it anonymous. I will honor that. It's in order. It's proper etiquette to be able to do that. So if you have a question or an inquiry and you would like to submit it, but you want me to answer it live, but you yourself want to remain anonymous, I will respect your anonymity and we will keep it that way, but I will answer your question for you. So this gentleman has a question. His question is related to food allergies within the business arena. He is a businessman that works for a company. It's not his own business, but he works for a company, and he works with an internal team and an external team. And they work together all of the time on various projects. They travel a lot with these various projects that they are working on. And now they have a new client, a brand new client, a brand new partnership actually. And they have to travel out of the country to meet with their new partners on the other side of the world. So he is concerned about it. He said he does not like international travel because it oftentimes allows him not to be able to partake of other meals that he normally would like to indulge in because he has a variety of food allergies. He's never divulged this to his team, and he doesn't want to embarrass his team, his director, his company, or himself by releasing this information. He suspects that some of his co-workers now are aware that there is something wrong, because especially when they're doing international travel, he may not partake of meals with them. He said he has done it before and indulged in other foods. I think he means he has indulged in other foods of other countries that he's traveled to, but he pays the price for indulging in them later. So meaning that he oftentimes becomes sick or has a breakout or whatever his allergy is. He didn't even tell me what his allergies were. He just said that he had a variety of food allergies. But he now also suspects that his team knows that something is wrong because they've noticed that sometimes he does not take meals with them. Depending upon the time of the day and the meal setting, he will try to get around it, but oftentimes that does not work. So he doesn't want to embarrass anyone this time around, as these are new business partners, and he wanted to know what would be my advice to him to best handle his food allergies and his new business partners, saving face for himself, for his company, for his team, and for his boss. It seems like that this would be a simple answer, but there are so many complexities in this question, and so he signed off on it, anonymous mail. So anonymous mail, I hope that you are watching, and if you are not, we'll talk later. We'll chat later so that you can see my answer here live. So, my first question to him after reading it, my first question to him was about food allergies. Why is he ashamed? Because he said he often actually feels embarrassed and ashamed about his food allergies. He didn't divulge to me what the allergies were, but why does it make him feel ashamed? And he said he's ashamed about it because it seems like that he's tied into a square box and can't really get out of the box and enjoy food the way he wants to. So I said, my next question to him then was, well, have you discussed this with your doctor, and are you on any medications? He said he has discussed it at short length with his doctor. He's not on any prescribed meds, but he does the healthy in-home remedies that he knows will alleviate him of the pain that he's going to suffer and the other outbreaks that he may have because he has partaken of foods that he should not have eaten. So this is a full-grown businessman, and I personally don't understand the shame behind it unless he has the kind of outbreak that is immediate. And I don't think that other people would be embarrassed by it. I'm not sure that it's something that he should be embarrassed by. I think at least one other person in his group needs to know about it. Someone else needs to know in the event that he does have an outbreak, or that he does have however his food allergies manifest. If someone else knows about it, then someone else can help and assist if he is immediately ill in the process of dying. But if no one knows, and no one knows what you are allergic to, then no one else can step in and help you. I asked him if he had a Meta Alert bracelet that would say that he had food allergies. Now, he knows what he cannot eat. If you are allergic to fish, seafood, if you're allergic to dairy products or wheat products, you know what your food allergies are. So then I just simply say, don't partake of those. Don't partake of those items that you know are going to make you ill. If you partake of those items and they will make you ill, then you need to have an immediate remedy on your person that you can take either before, during, or after the meal. Now, in his question to me and in his following statement, he did say that they would be traveling to the east. They would be traveling to the east. So I'm assuming that is meaning, because he did not give me those details, but I am assuming when you say that you are traveling to the east, if you're traveling to like Japan or China, if you're traveling to a location that you've not been before, then the first thing to do is to avail yourself of the knowledge of the general type of foods that they prepare. If it's a country that you've been to before, then you should already be aware of that information and you should be abreast of it. You know what your food allergies are. You don't have to sacrifice being ill, and you certainly don't have to sacrifice not attending meal times with your team and with your new partners. And I do understand your anxiety behind that, but I think the solution is just confessing. It's not a huge deal. There are a lot of people that have food allergies. Some of my grandchildren have food allergies, and there are certain things that they just cannot eat. My daughter, one of my daughters is lactose intolerant, and so she can't drink regular milk. Even now as an adult, she still can't drink regular milk. I myself am lactose intolerant, and so I can't have a lot of dairy. I know what my limitations are. And you start knowing those things, the best solution, I believe, is for you to just confess. Because you're right. No matter what country you're in, you don't want to embarrass yourself, your team members, your company, your boss, all of those things. And you certainly don't want to give a bad impression to your partners. Now, you also stated in your statement that you were a little bit afraid that your coworkers were beginning to believe that something must be wrong, because they notice that oftentimes you don't partake of meals with them. So I can only imagine some of the things that they might be thinking, but I believe that if you tell your team, you also said that you all work very well together. So I believe that if you tell your team, they will be understanding. People aren't embarrassed oftentimes by food allergies. I mean, I'm speaking for a small population of people that I know across family, friends, co-workers that have had food allergies or even other ailments that they've had to deal with. And so you're wondering how this affects you in the business world. If you're already getting a reputation amongst your team members, then that is an area to be concerned about, because perhaps everyone won't be nice about it. Perhaps someone will be considerate enough to just address you on the point. And I would encourage you to just tell them. Just tell them, I have several food allergies, and there are some things that I cannot eat, even when we're traveling. And I can understand that, because in different countries, foods are prepared differently. Foods are prepared differently. And if it's a fish or a seafood or a vegetable allergy, then there are things that we consume here in the United States that they may consume in another country if we're going to the East. And it very well will be prepared differently than how we prepare our foods in America. But if you just confess, if you could just find the courage to just say, I have several food allergies that prevent me from partaking in certain things at mealtime, simply don't order those things. You don't have to order the food that makes you ill. And if you feel like that you want to keep up with your coworkers, if you want to keep up with your team and everybody is ordering the same thing, it is completely, absolutely, positively okay for you to order something different. I'm not an official vegan, but I don't eat a lot of meat. I rarely eat beef. So when I'm in an environment and that's what they're serving, beef and pork, I don't eat pork at all. Beef and pork. If I'm in an environment and that's what they are serving, I simply tell the host. And if you have the opportunity to let the host know ahead of time, then you can oftentimes get by that. So many of us, especially in America, so many of us are changing our diets, changing what we consume and how we consume it, how it is prepared, how it is seasoned. All of those things make a difference, and we're such a food conscious society today. I think the embarrassment is within. I just want to be frank with you. I don't want to give you an answer that I don't want to give it an answer that won't really answer your question and won't help you. Okay? So if you have a food allergy, and whatever they are, it makes you break out. If you need Benadryl, if you need some other doctor prescribed prescription, if you need a prescription that's going to be prescribed by a doctor, it's very easy to say to your doctor, you've already shared that with them. So if you need something else that's going to help you bypass that, then please do so, because your health is more important than you thinking that people are going to be embarrassed of you because you have food allergies. And if they are, shame on them. Shame on them, because we all have something that we're dealing with that we are not sharing with others. And food allergies are very, very common amongst children, amongst adults. So it's not something that you need to hide from, and it's certainly not something that you need to closet yourself in your hotel room and run the risk of getting a side eye from your new partners, because you definitely don't want to embarrass yourself and or them by not showing up to meal times. In certain countries, it is considered very, very rude. And you mentioned that you were going to the East. You didn't say specifically. But of those major countries that are on the eastern part of the globe, it's considered very disrespectful. So if you tell them in advance, this is 2022. It's not just in America that people are shaping up their meal plans and their meal programs and how they consume food. It's not just here in America. It's global. So I don't think that they would be embarrassed if you told them at first. I don't think that they would consider you an embarrassment if you shared that information up front beforehand. It's oftentimes on menus when you go out to dine. It's on personal dinner invitations when you go out to dine. Are you vegetarian? Would you prefer a vegetarian diet, a very vegetarian dish? If you have food allergies or things that you can't consume, it's right there in print. So there isn't a reason to hide behind it, especially when you're putting your health at risk. So that is my answer to your question, wondering how it could impact your business. My thoughts on that is that it would impact your business negatively, but you can get ahead of that just by simply saying, I have food allergies and I can't consume this or I can't consume that. You don't even need to go into a lot of details, just simply by saying I have food allergies, I have dairy allergies, I have milk, dairy, milk, whatever. You can only eat maybe soy-based product, or you need to be gluten-free. You decide. It's your health. And then you're right, it is your name. And if your coworkers are assuming that something is wrong and they're starting to talk about it amongst themselves, I would strongly suggest that you just come clean and you just tell everyone the truth. There's no reason for you to hide behind it. You said you've been doing this for a while, so I'm assuming it's been several years. So if that be the case, just come clean. Just come clean. That's my answer to you, Mail Anonymous. And we will chat afterwards. And if there's anything else that you would like for me to address, I'd be more than happy to. So that was really Sunday's inquiry. That was the question of the day. The question I got earlier today was, Lady Victoria, I am a young woman recently graduated from college, and I have just attained my first real business job. Well, her first big score. She has just gotten a job that pays her what she wants, that has the benefits that she's been looking for, and she's happy with it. My concern is, Lady Victoria, my concern is that I don't always have adequate business attire to wear to work. So sometimes I rerun my attire, just simply meaning that she will wear the same thing over again. What is your best advice about how to avoid doing this over and over again, as I've not yet been able to replenish my wardrobe to match the new job that I have? My question to that is, first of all, congratulations on getting your big score, on getting the job that you want, that pays the salary that you want, and that has the benefits that you want. So congratulations to you, young lady, on that. So as far as your wardrobe is concerned, wear what you have. I believe you work in a conservative environment and you want to match the environment that you work in. And so that's why your attire is a little bit lacking. So that's okay. And it's okay to rerun things. It's okay to wear it again. I would simply say, when you wear it again, dress it differently. So maybe you only have 2 black jackets to wear to work. Maybe you only have 2 black suits, okay? So you can wear it again, but you don't have to wear black every day of the week, right? You're in a business environment and you do want to dress in business attire that is befitting to the position that you are in. So if you wear the black jacket on Monday, perhaps don't wear it again until Friday. And when you wear it on Friday, you're going to dress it up with different jewels. You could perhaps style your hair differently. You could wear another piece of jewelry to complement it. Like I have on a jacket here. This is business attire. I had the top button unbuttoned, but you could button it all the way down. You could wear a brooch or a pin. You could wear a necklace like this one. You could wear one that is shorter, that doesn't come down as long. You can be diverse in how you accessorize. And then you don't have to wear the entire black suit. You could wear a different skirt or slacks, pants, and then wear the jacket. And then whatever you wear in between, of course, it doesn't have to be black. You don't have to dress in black attire every single day of the week. Most offices, they want you, of course, to look professional, but the industry, the fashion industry is very, very diverse today. And so I would also suggest that as you're adding to your wardrobe, you can add to it one piece at a time. You don't have to go out and replenish your entire wardrobe at the same time. So as your income allows you to, buy a piece a week. Buy a piece a week. A new business attire every time you get paid. As often as you get paid. Put that in your budget so that it's already scheduled in, and it's not something that you feel like, oh, I have to pay all my other bills and then I have to do this. No, you include that in your bills. And if you need to cut back in a certain arena for a while, you can most certainly do that. Cut back on entertainment. Maybe you can, if you have cable, maybe you can live without cable for a few months until you get your wardrobe where you need it to be. And I simply say as a woman, too, that when you're replenishing your wardrobe, it's not just your clothes. It's not just your clothes that you're wearing. It's not just your dress or your jacket or what have you. But you want your jewelry to be complementary to what you are wearing. You can see that the jewelry that I have on this evening is complementary to the jacket that I'm wearing and the shirt underneath. So be diverse and don't feel like that you have to spend thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars on one piece. You can shop still at name brand stores. You decide what they are for you, but you can still shop at name brand stores where you can get a bargain. And then if it's a store that you frequent, or even if it isn't, make it a store that you frequent. I could name some stores here, but I'd rather do that to you personally because I don't know where you shop. I don't know where you shop, so I don't want to introduce you to something or share something with you that you feel might not be appropriate for you, but we can talk about that personally later. But there are name brand stores that you can shop at and still get very nice things. You can still get very nice things. And again, as I said, as women, we're not just buying the clothes. When you buy the clothes, you need to make sure that you have the appropriate jewelry to go along with it. You need to make sure that you have the appropriate shoes, purse, to go along with it. Now, I'm not talking about that you got to be matchy maxi. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is make your wardrobe diverse across the board, but also make it so that your wardrobe can crisscross. Like I said, if you have 2 black suits, one day you're going to wear the whole black suit. The next time you wear it again, you're going to wear a skirt of a different color that's not black, but still complementary. Spring is just about here. You can wear white, you can wear off-white, you can wear cream. There are other colors that you can blend it in with, and then you use your jewelry to accessorize to complete the entire outfit. Okay? So that's one way that you can do it. And like I said, as often as you get paid, make it a point, put it in your budget to buy one business outfit as often as you get paid until you get your wardrobe to the place that you want it to. And we all know as women, it continues to grow anyway. If you have something in your wardrobe, I do. If I have something in my wardrobe that I haven't worn for 2 seasons, it's time to let it go. It's time to release it. Because if I haven't worn it in 2 seasons, I most likely won't wear it this third season coming up. Unless it's something that you can take and recycle it. And by recycle, what I mean is you find a good seamstress where you live, and maybe she can change it somehow so that it doesn't look like the same thing. And you do want to buy clothes that are going to be durable. You don't want to go so bargain happy until all you get out of it is one season. So it may cost you a little bit more to spend a little bit more money, but stay within your budget. And so if you can't afford to shop at top-notch stores, what you would consider a top-notch store, take it slow, a piece at a time, a piece at a time. And I suggest paying cash and not using credit. Because credit has a way of running away with some of us. And while you're replenishing your wardrobe, if everything is going on a credit card, then you're paying double. You're paying double because of the interest and all of that. That's another whole broadcast. That's another whole broadcast. So I'm going to stop there. We have our Sunday question and our Monday question answered on today. And tomorrow we will have another question for you. And I won't reveal what the question is, but you'll just have to join me again on tomorrow. Probably tomorrow morning, not evening time as it is now, but it'll be early enough in the day where you can join me and you can participate. So thank you for those of you that are watching me live, and thank you for those of you that will catch the replay. Please share it across your social media platforms. I greatly appreciate that. And again, if you have a question related to business, it's National Business Etiquette Week. Please drop a line to me if you have a question, if you have a concern, or if you want clarity on a matter. We talked about food allergies in the business place, and we talked about work attire in the business place on this evening. Tomorrow and the rest of the week, we will be addressing different subjects, but it's all related to business etiquette this week. So if you have a question, please drop the question for me here. You can email me directly at my email address. All of my platforms are listed below the description here. And if they're not, because I did have some technical difficulties, I will put them in afterwards so that you will know how to reach out to me. You can reach out to me at Gmail, VSETC16, VSETC, Victoria School of Etiquette Training and Consulting. It's an acronym. The number 16 at gmail.com, but I will drop it in, and as a matter of fact, you know what, let me put it in the comments now. I can put that information in now, so that you can have it. I am Victoria's School of Etiquette across the board. Etiquette on all my social media platforms. The name is the same across all my social media platforms. Let's get this right. I will come back and put the details of those connections here in the chat so that you will have them. If you hashtag it business etiquette, then it will come up first, and I will get it right away, and it won't get lost in everything. It won't get lost in all of the other messages. So once again, Lady Victoria here sharing with you a National Business Etiquette Week, addressing question number 1 and question number 2 for the week. And tomorrow I will have another question, and I'll be going live every single day until Friday. So if you have questions, please reach out to me. You can DM me directly on Instagram. You can messenger me on Facebook, across all my social media platforms. You can even leave it on my website, but I'll leave all of that information so that you will know how to get in touch with me and you can get your question answered. So don't be shy. There are no crazy questions. There are no stupid questions, and there are no questions that don't make sense. There are questions that you have and that you want answers to, and I am here to help you achieve that. So this is Lady Victoria with Victoria School of Etiquette, where we offer solution to your etiquette dilemmas. Signing off. Until the next time, we will chat again. This is bye for now.